Another Girl, Another Planet. Don't know if you're aware of that track or that band. One of my favourites as a teenager. How are you? My hair looks a bit fluffier than usual. I'll tell you why. I had a bath a little bit early. Usually I have a bath just before this, and I don't do anything ever with my hair or any grooming. I just comb it back and I come straight down and it's wet and flat, right? But I had a bath a little bit earlier today. I had it after the Tottenham game before the Man U game. So it's a little, actually it's still wet. Just a little bit fluffier than usual. Got that out of the way. Oh dear. Where are you watching this from? It's just going to be all the same places. It's going to be places that are in the world. No one's going to surprise me. No one's going to say Mars or the moon or a nuclear submarine. Florida, Scotland. Just to name two. Ontario. Reading. Well, that's funny. My dad was from Ontario and I'm from Reading. So, you do the math. Right, let's get to it. I've got lots of questions. I'm not going to get through them all. There's loads. I think I get more on Sunday because people have got time to think about it. Actually, it probably makes no difference at the moment. Someone worked out that I've done 168 of these for free. What a mug. I've never done 168 of anything. It's like, all the stuff I put the work into, series, I do like 12, 14, 18, whatever. And yet, the shite I'm giving away, I've done 168. Birmingham, Pluto. People are taking the piss now. Highgate, just down the road. Jupiter, Texas. Okay, there. I like what you've done there. Right. This one's from Gunnar. Andy had teeth done and back checked on Friday. He was a very good boy. Gunnar's a dog and is a dog, just in case. You have a gun boil, sore foot, etc. Do you think that in some weird cosmic way you and Andy are connected? Is Andy your spirit animal? Well, the gun boil's sort of better. I sorted that out at the dentist. There's a little hole. The dentist said, leave it. I went, what? He went, don't worry about it. That's where the infection gets out. I went, what happened? He went, it'll get better. I went, how long? He went, months. I went, what about the pain? He said, ignore it. I just laughed. That's good. And I did, and immediately said that, and I ignored it. It got better. So that's my kind of medical man. Don't worry about it. That is the best thing a doctor can say. Doctor, I'm agony. I think I'm going to die. Don't worry about it. All right, fine. And it gets better. I think 50% of all pain with me is this is going to develop into something fatal. Oh, the worst thing a doctor could say to me was, "You what? Fuck me. I don't know. I've never seen it like that before." So I always want a doctor to go, get out. Did I tell you once? I went to the doctor because I had stomach pains and sort of, she went, have you changed your diet recently? I said, yeah, I've just started doing sort of like smoothies to have more fibre. She went, well, it's that then. She said, if you've got a sore throat, do you think it's throat cancer? I went, yeah. Right, Annabelle. I've woken up from a nightmare which scared my cat. So she hit me in the face and tried to bite me. Have any of your pets attacked you after you had a screamy cheese dream? No. I bet I've frightened Jane a few times. Now, right, I don't have them very often, right? But now and again I'll have a nightmare and I'm aware of it. So in my nightmare, I'm going, Jane, Jane. And sometimes she can hear me going, Jane, and she's trying to wake me up. How weird is that? It's mad, isn't it? I'm like aware. And then I do wake up, you know, in the dream, I can't, I'm in a bad situation somewhere. Mental. Any psychiatrists? Tiana, in Hawaii, the state fish is called, oh, for fuck's sake. Right. In Hawaii, the state fish is called the Hamanaka Apua. Can you pronounce it? Well, I don't know. You tell me. Did I pronounce it correctly? I mean, I certainly pronounced it. Whether it's correct or not, that's a different kettle of Naka. I had to go. Louise, when I was a kid, I spent an inordinate amount of time worrying about quicksand or the wind changing direction when I pulled a face and getting stuck like it. Quicksand. I used to see that in westerns, didn't you? Where a posse was chasing someone and they went into quicksand. What's quicksand? Is it just lots of water and sand so you can't... Weird, isn't it? I was worried about... Why were you worried about... Imagine being worried about quicksand. I don't know where you live, but I doubt there's a lot of quicksand in your area. I was worried about quicksand and the wind changing when I pulled a face and getting stuck like it. Were there things you were told as a kid that terrified you? Yeah. The main one I remember that I was actually told, I told you this, didn't I? There'd obviously been some sort of paedophile sighting when I was little, and my mum, and it was in the park where I played, and she said, don't go in the toilets in the park. And obviously she couldn't explain to me what a paedophile was, so I said, why? And I must have been 7 or 8. She went, because there's a man going round and he cuts little boys' willies off. Fucking terrified me. But that was a good, do you know what I mean? I thought, wow. So I think that I didn't go in there. So that worried me a bit. Vampires. I told my sister let me see a film. It was only a silly Dracula one, Christopher Lee type thing. But then for the next, I don't know, 6 months, I made up this rule, because there's loads of rules, like you got to invite him in and garlic and all that. I made this rule that he wasn't allowed to pull the sheet. So I just had to make sure I fell asleep with the sheet covering my neck. What else? What else did I fear? Nothing else really apart from spiders. It's weird, isn't it? The sheet. I love the rules in horror film and myths and legend. But yeah, I wasn't really, and by the age of 8, I was I didn't have superstition, so it was real things. Like getting the bumps on my birthday, that was a big fear. I used to get the teacher to let me leave early. I go to my birthday, and then the next day, they didn't do it. It wasn't my birthday. I had the honour that they wouldn't give me the bumps. It wasn't my birthday. So I remember in our estate there was lots of alleys, and that was worrying. I don't know why. I don't know if that people used to get mugged or beaten up there, but as a kid, going through that alley was scary because I couldn't see the other end. So that's probably quite a rational fear, isn't it? On a rough estate, going down an alley when you're a kid, that is probably quite a rational fear. But no, I wasn't really scared of anything else. Samantha, if humans didn't exist, firstly, I think the planet would probably be better off. Well, it definitely would. But which animal species do you think would be top of the food chain, in charge? Well, top of the food chain. Well, a super predator wouldn't necessarily be top of the food chain, would it? Like a shark, it couldn't get out on land. It'd have to do a lot of its stuff in the water. It'd be shouting stuff like, "Cut that tree!" Oh, fucking hell. And just what you mean, charge either. I mean, insects could certainly take over. They haven't. What have we stopped? I suppose we've stopped a lot of parasites and microbes and stuff like that, haven't we? I like to think that chimps would, like Planet of the Apes, like eventually they'd put them. Why? Again, but then we only separated from them 5 million years ago, so give them a chance. In 5 million years, again, they wouldn't be modern chimps, though, would they? They'd be something else with still the common ancestor. I do like to think it would be like Planet of the Apes, though. Primitive. They're like living like cavemen, but they've got like they're on horses and they're chatting. They've got snub-nosed rifles. I like the way it was mixed up. I used to love that. I used to love Planet of the Apes. Titch. Hey, Uncle. Sometimes I can look at Mummy with my big eyes and hypnotize her into giving me a biscuit. Do you believe in hypnosis? Have you ever been hypnotized or watched anyone else be? Thanks. I've never been hypnotized, no. I believe in hypnosis to the extent that you can be sort of put in a different sort of state of consciousness and access maybe certain parts of the brain that we don't consciously. I'm cynical about the fact that it can instantly make you not scared of flying or spiders. But then again, I think a certain amount of it is that you're susceptible and you want to change. Again, I don't know the psychology of it, but there's certainly. I mean, it's not a pseudoscience as such. Something happens, but I think we see too much. I think we see a lot of trickery, like mystics and magicians. I don't believe that, and I don't know, but I don't believe that some of these magicians can walk up to me and go, and you're gone like some sort of Vulcan. I don't believe that. And I don't really believe that they could hypnotise me. That if I wasn't into it, that they could shout Roger Bannister and I would start barking like a dog during a gig. I don't believe that. So I think there's a certain bit of cooperation. In fact, when those performers do it, I've seen one when I used to book things like that when I was at the college, and they'd ask people to like clasp their hands, and they'd go, right, now you won't be able to put them apart, and most people did, but the ones that didn't, they got them up on stage. So I think I think you might have to be a type. But listen, there's probably levels of it. What hypnosis is. Fascinating, though, isn't it? Like the regression and stuff like that. And I wouldn't do it, just in case. I don't know. I'm I'm logical, but some idiot could do something wrong. Could fuck you up, couldn't he? did something like he's doing it, and he takes a call, and he's saying something else, and like Siri is listening, and he fucks you up because he's doing some sort of deal about something else. um, Cheryl, if you could travel in time without consequences and just to observe, would you travel back to before the hot Big Bang? There's nothing, is there? What will I do there? I'll just wait for it. Just wait to see it. No, that wouldn't be fun. And that is impossible. I mean, it's all impossible. Or forward to see how the human race develops and transcends or not, and to witness the ultimate death of our sun. Wow. Well, it's that one, because the first one's, I mean, mental. But I think we're mixing up ages there. We won't be, I mean, I don't think we'd recognise the human race with the death of the sun. I don't know what we'd be. I mean, fucking hell. I can't imagine. No one knows. But that'd be interesting, wouldn't it? I like the fact the extremes, the beginning of the universe, the end of the solar system. It's got to be forward in that case, hasn't it? Because I've got a Big Bang. What if it wasn't that good? If I saw the Big Bang and it just went like a disappointing indoor firework, it went. It's fuck all. Like, I was there for like 1 billion years before anything started really happening. You know, they've traced it back to like 10 to the minus 23 seconds of the Big Bang. I mean, you might as well say that it happened then. If you're going to split seconds up into, I mean, it's incredible what they know, and yeah. But I still wouldn't want to see it. Nothing happened, did it? Nothing happened. It went from nothing to everything. And I say nothing happened. Went from nothing, literally nothing, no time, no space, nothing, to everything. If you blinked, you missed it. Like, there'd be nothing, right? I blink, and there was everything. I fucking missed the Big Bang. I come back I came back 13.5 billion years, and I fucking blinked. I'd be gutted. So I'll go forward. Freya, what is the best thing about working in the TV and film industry? Oh, God. Well, it depends. It depends who you are and what you like. Some people have a horrendous time. I mean, I'd like to say, okay, for me, it's that I love those things. It's that I love TV. I can't believe my luck that I'm working in my favourite thing. My favourite form of entertainment, I'd say. But what's the best thing? Why do I like it so much? It's coming up with the ideas. Above all else, obviously the money's great. It's nice to do well. You know, I like everything: writing, directing, producing, acting. I even like the marketing of it to a certain extent. I just like, because I know that's part of it. But my favourite thing is coming up with an idea. When I come up with an idea, I get an adrenaline rush. I go, oh my God. Oh, can I do that? That is the best. That's the best thing that I've reached a level or demanded that if I have an idea, I want to do it my way. So the creative process. That's the answer. Doing something I love and coming up with the ideas. And And there's lots of frustrating things. You know, things go wrong, and you know, politics getting involved. People, you can't say that. You can fucking say that. Stop treating people like idiots. That's like worrying about a heckler. The way they treat things in like TV and film, and one person can play and say, "Oh, we better look at this." No, don't look at it. You wouldn't look at if a heckler shouts your shit. You wouldn't go, "Oh, okay, I'm not. I'm going. Bye." You go, "Shut the fuck up. What do you know?" So I don't know why people pander so much to a few people not liking it. They don't have to fucking watch it. But apart from that, I like it. I even like that bit. I even like annoying some people. Any psychiatrists watching? We're flying through. Lindsay, you discussed your habit of biting the inside of your mouth twice in quick succession. Yeah, when you bite it, and then you go, "Oh, fucking hell, that hurt," and you forget about it, and then a few minutes later, because it's swollen up, you bite it again because it's in the way. On the something podcast, is there any ways your bottom what? On the something? Oh, whose podcast is that? Oh, I was on someone's podcast, was I? I don't know. I don't remember. Talking about biting twice. Yeah. Is there any other ways your body randomly attacks itself? My hips like to lock in place as I turn, causing much pain. Well, I suppose your body sort of does. I mean, it heals itself, doesn't it? But it's sort of, it is a constant little fight. You think of how many things are happening. There's going to be trouble, isn't there? Think of that your body is like a world. There's going to be arguments. You're going to go. Your brain's going to go, "I like 9 pints tonight," and your liver's going to go, "You fucking twat. We're fucking short-staffed here as it is. You're killing us." And then you're going to go, "Oh, do you know what?" Your mouth's going to go, "Oh, I love a vindaloo," and then your ass is going to go, "You fucking twat. What the fuck did you do last night?" So there's always going to be arguments. Like the numbskulls. Right, to anyone around the world, the numbskull, I think it was a British, was it like the Beano or something, or the Dandy? I don't know. But the numbskulls was a comic strip of like the 60s or whatever, 70s. And it was as if your body was a big sort of factory with things working in the brain, and you know. So I think that would be good if it was like. Well, it sort of is like that. Your brain's calling the shots. Sometimes things are doing it. The brain doesn't even bother you with half the things. Imagine if you had to remember to breathe, or make your heart pump, or digest things. You'd be going. You'd forget, wouldn't you? Some people would be dead immediately. What's up with Ron? Forgot to breathe. Fucking useless twat. Yeah. I feel that it's my fault though. Like my knees are dying, but I'm still running every day because I refuse not to run. But my gun boil's better. But I do like science. I do like hard medicine. I do like what cures this little puppy? Like, God, fucking hell. Let's have some of that. I want a pill for everything. I remember when I was a kid, when everyone asked me, time travel, I always thought I can never go earlier than like 1965 because dentistry wasn't great. Now they give you stuff that you can't feel a fucking thing. But I need to go back before there was like real hardcore anesthetics. I'm watching Vikings at the moment, which I love. I got into that sort of stuff. I got into Game of Thrones, and then I watched Last Kingdom. Then I watched Barbarians, and now I got Vikings. And there's like about 100 episodes of that, and I'm loving that. But there, it's like they get a wound, they just heat the fucking axe up and go, and I go, ah, fuck that. Just, oh my God. Oh, any time travel, a big drugs cabinet. Just me, people going back there, right, to sort things out, maybe with a big, a trailer that's boots, like a CVS. Oh, God. Right. Chewie and Snow White. What advice would you give someone who is qualified for a career position but does not have the self-confidence? Cool, that's a tough one. Zoom makes it harder to make a great first impression. I don't know. I mean, I think fake it. Potential. I mean, I sort of do that with stand-up. You go out there and you play a more confident, brash version of yourself. But that's almost to instill confidence in the audience. Like, you mustn't appear not in charge to the audience because it's awkward. I've never suffered from lack of confidence, in case you're wondering. But yeah, it'd be annoying, wouldn't it? If you know you're right for it, but you haven't got the. I mean, I think you get on Zoom. I mean, it is awkward. It is awkward on Zoom. But plan it. Have little notes. Remember, you want to say that and look down and just, like you're thinking, but have it ready. Like killer phrases and. I'd say just be nice and natural and polite and listen. I don't think you have to. I certainly wouldn't say go in there like one of these people on The Apprentice that go in there and go, I will steamroll at anyone who gets in my way. Shut up, get out. This is a dog-eat-dog world. It's like, shut up. Shut up. For fuck's sake. We're selling sinks. You're not fucking Gordon Gekko. Just be nice. Just be honest. I think be yourself and be nice and honest and don't lie, don't bullshit because they'll find it out. Yeah. I mean, there's worse things to be than nervous and not confident. I don't think many people would worry about that either. I don't think many people would go. I think most people would go, oh, they're a little bit nervous, but they said the right things. I'd prefer that person to, God, fuck me, he was full of himself, wasn't it? He might be good, but he's a fucking cocky twat. I don't know. It's probably terrible advice. Joey. Teddy and I are becoming friends, but he still doesn't understand that I don't want to play with him. Sometimes when he sees me, he gets excited and sticks his bum in the air, barks, and swings his tail around like a propeller. Can you suggest any forms of discipline I can use for this childish behaviour? Just ignore him, Joey. That's what you've got to do. And then he goes, oh, he doesn't want to play at the moment. And then when you want to play with him. Just look at him. Just look at him like that. Just stare at him. Like that. That's my advice. No, I don't give him a cat advice how to deal with a dog. I bother Pickle all the time. I just want to play with her all the time. When she's asleep, she looks so cute. But I put my hand in and get a bit of belly. And I just want to, oh, God. I'm obsessed. I follow her around. Poor little thing. Oh, my God. Right. A couple more questions. Leopold Loveday. What is the one thing you miss about staying in New York City? Do you scruffle dogs in Central Park like you do here? Yes, every day. The one thing, just walking around and just being there is good, but eating out, because we don't do that here. Obviously, we can't at the moment, but even when we can, when we're in London, we don't eat out every day, whereas you do in New York. Everyone does. That's nice. That's a nice thing to go and do, and just be part of it. And you see people, some people just coming from work, and it's great. I think a glass of wine in an Italian restaurant at like 6:30 in Manhattan that is like, I really miss that. That's great. One more question, Kermit. I kind of miss the early shows when you would pick up the guitar and play a bit and sing to us before there was structure to this thing. Is there structure to this? Would you mind doing that now? Oh, we've run out of time. Oh, what can I do? What should I play? When I had known only 18 summers, I headed west through the Whitley Wood to make my fortune and find a lover and to live the best life. Out of tune as well. Sorry, Kermit. I wasn't ready. I should have tuned the guitar, thought of what to do. I lost my heart to a lady gypsy so long ago I forget her name, but I still remember the smell of the flowers and the way my life would never be the same. I bet you wish you had an arse now, don't you? Right, that's it. Cheers everyone. Be nice to animals. Tutty bye. Tutty bye. Siri, play David Brent, Lady Gypsy. Alexa, play David Brent, Lady Gypsy.